Okay, I'll call this meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, the minutes of the meeting on May 13th. I was looking at them. Mr. Peterson adjourned. I'm guessing that probably isn't right.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I'm guessing it was. I don't know who it was. I wasn't here.
We have to look back at the motion.
It was either Nettie or
It said Christy seconded it, so I'm guessing it was.
it'd have been Nettie.
Probably me.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it wasn't me. I know that.
that's the only thing that I saw.
Move to approve last minutes. Is that what you're waiting for?
Yep.
I'll second.
Okay, it has been properly moved and seconded to approve the minutes with the change of the adjourn part. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alright. Next, the approval of general fund vouchers 76751 through 76846, wire transfers 181-90494 through 181-90550, and activity fund vouchers 9533 through 9554.
I move to approve.
Second.
Has been properly moved and seconded to approve the vouchers and wire transfers. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay. Next, public comments on the agenda. John, you got anything? All right, new business. Approval of staff resignations.
Okay, so we have two. One was with the original notes, and then one was a later addition. So we have letter from Whitley Tronstead with her resignation from the high school special education position.
Okay.
And then the second one is Christy Niles has submitted her official letter of resignation for the assistant boys track coaching position.
I had heart of failure. I thought you were going to say teacher. I'm like, what?
When are those contracts go from? July?
The coaching one is just just seasonal.
Yeah.
No, but the teachers. I'm just curious. When's their year start? Like June 1st? Because usually it's before this, is it right? Don't they usually?
We've signed their
Yep.
contract. So.
You guys just approved the 1920, 19
Okay.
Time.
to 20.
But don't they usually like resign in April is what I'm getting at? Or not necessarily?
Well, they could resign any time, but
Oh,
then there
really?
are potential liquidated damages with it,
I gotcha.
like the one contract. But like they don't have like the option of a 2-week notice kind of deal. It's either
I see.
end of the year and then they start in July
Okay.
and go through.
Okay.
So if they leave after they sign a contract, they could pay some.
There's 3 tiers depending on when if someone were to resign. It's a tiered process
Right.
as far as
This is not uncommon then.
this.
Right.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve the resignations.
I move to approve the staff resignations.
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded to approve the staff resignations. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Staff hire. Approval of staff hire.
Okay, so this one's gonna have to be tabled. We've been playing phone tag, and it's for the high school Spanish position. We were playing phone tag last week. I called multiple times today and haven't heard back. So hopefully we'll have something in July. And I'll have some assigned contracts, hopefully, or at least a verbal in the next day or two.
Okay, so we will table that one till next time. Next, the approval of the 2019-2020 administrative contracts.
Okay, so it's the same as the teacher contracts and then the support staff contracts. All this means is the 3 of us have contracts for the 1920, and same as those 3 contracts that the proposed increase comes at a later date.
Okay. I would entertain a motion on that.
Move to approve the 2019-2020 administrative contract.
Second?
It has been properly moved and seconded to approve the 2019-2020 administrative contracts. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, those are approved. Next, approval of AGR Sage end of year report.
So AGR is the Achievement Gap Reduction, which was formerly the SAGE, the Student Achievement Guarantee in Education. This is the act that allows us to have smaller numbers in the lower grades. So this is just the end of the year report. I have the report in there right after the letters of resignation, and then Mr. Peterson is going to present on this one.
So if you
Walk
find
us through it.
It's back after all the vouchers and the staff resignation letters. Find it in there.
So this is just elementary stuff, right?
Yep.
So if you recall, so we do this at the end of the first semester, so usually in early February, and then now at the end of the year. So we do a 5-year contract or agreement, basically application to the state to have the AGR program, used to be SAGE. And so we write the goals in there. The goals don't really change over the 5 years, and then you're not punished or anything or by not meeting the goal. You want to set a high goal, a rigorous goal. So it's just that, we want to make sure that we're monitoring it, and they want to ensure that you're tracking data and monitoring it and then reporting into your school board twice a year. So we did this in February, if you recall that, and then we do it here at the end of the year. So if you find that contract, then you go to the 3rd page of it. The first 2 pages are just the goal, and then the 3rd page should be a little chart. Looks kind of like upside down, it's like that. It's got the numbers on it. So it shows fall, winter, and spring. And so we just filled in the spring numbers based on testing that they did in early mid-May. And so again, so we have reading goals for K through 3rd, and we have math goals for K through 3rd, and the goal is to have them have 80% of kids in those grades be at the benchmark level on the STAR test. So that's just the one test that we use is the STAR test. That's an online computer test that they take 3 times a year. So, so you can see the numbers there. I don't need to read them to you, but some, we were close on several of them and surpassed on one. And
93, that's pretty uncommon, I'm guessing.
yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. And you see too how it can vary. The same grade of kids, can vary between math and reading. In a couple different respects too. You look at 1st grade and the difference between reading and math. And again, we track more than just STAR data. We look at their classroom performance. We look at other things that they're doing too. So it is what it is. It's a standardized test that they do. Not standardized test, but it's a norm reference test that they take on the computer. And
Must not for behavior for 2nd grade.
what's that?
Must not be for behavior for 2nd grade. No, that's good.
So anyway, so obviously, there's always work to do, and it's our goal to, we want to have a high goal, and we'll just, any questions or?
So how many years have the 3rd graders taken this then?
You mean this?
Well, I mean, they
Or just
took it 1st, 2nd.
over time, the 3rd, like how
Yeah.
many times, how long have we been doing the STAR
There you
test?
go.
Since probably 2013, 14 is when we started doing STAR.
Oh, I thought this was newer than that.
Yeah. This isn't the forward test. The forward test is pretty new.
Oh,
That's
that's
the-
maybe
That's the state test.
That's what I'm thinking of.
This STAR test is something that we do locally, and it's a lot of schools use it across the country, and yeah, so it's not the state test, it's the local STAR test.
Yeah, and I suppose some grades are just a lot different, aren't they?
Well, and you just see, it's a small sample size of kids, so there's always going to be variations too. And then also remember too, the benchmark changes from fall to winter to spring. So you know, if you see a group that's like kindergarten that's in that 70s range, it doesn't mean they didn't grow. It just, the benchmark goes up.
As it
So,
goes.
yeah, the expectation gets higher every time of the year too, so that's important to remember. So, any other questions or?
No.
Oh, it looks pretty good, I guess.
All right.
We need to approve of that?
No.
No. Okay. Guessing we can't change it regardless, huh? All right. Next, we have the approval of the 2019-2020 employee teacher handbooks.
Okay, so the teacher handbook, I sent you guys digitally. Really, the teacher one, there's both of them right now, and there's going to be no changes other than the dates, and then some numbers to reflect what was already been board approved. So, you know, like the student days, the contact days, some of those things. Otherwise, the language is not changing. Any of the kind of the meat of the verbiage in the handbook.
Should we approve each one of those at a time, or could we go through all of them?
Yeah, why don't you approve them separately?
Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve the teacher handbooks.
I move to approve.
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded to approve the 2019-2020 employee teacher handbooks. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next, the employee support staff handbooks.
Okay, so we met as a committee as well. This right now, I'm going to propose that we just that you guys approve the 1920 support staff handbook with the knowledge that the same thing as the teacher handbook, just the dates and the contract. Those numbers reflect, you know, what's already been board approved. We have been working with Weld Riley to change some of the verbiage, but we're not quite there yet. They had made some really significant changes and not what we were looking for. So we're sending that back to them. So this will be brought back to you guys at a later date. But right now,
We'll just
approve it as
No
as is
changes
with,
for now.
other than the dates. And yep.
Okay.
I move to approve the 1920 support staff handbooks.
Second?
It has been properly moved and seconded to approve the 1920 employee support staff handbook. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, the employee support staff is approved. Next, the 2019 summer school support staff contracts.
Okay, so this is the. Oh, I'm sorry, we're not to the student yet. Yep. So you guys, so the summer school support staff contract, summer school in service started today. The first day of summer school is tomorrow. At the last meeting, you guys approved the summer school teacher contracts. So this is just the approval of this support staff contracts for the 2019 summer school program that we offer.
Elementary principal just didn't have all the staffing figured out at the last meeting.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. It's a little bit some scrambling right at the end.
I move to approve.
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded to approve the 2019 summer school support staff contracts. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those are approved. Go ahead.
Chris, where are we at with numbers?
Of kids, just over 200, like between 200 and 210. So we were able to offer, you know, up through 8th grade
Yeah.
again, which was really good. We had enough staff, and then so the numbers are, they're still down from historically what they could be. I mean, we've had them this low before, but we've got some small classes in the lower wing, and I think that's what's driving it, because those are the kids that tend to participate the most.
Right.
You know, those kindergarten through 3rd grade, and so I think that's, you know, we just got some real small classes down there.
Do you feel like the upper wing kids came back even though they didn't
Yeah.
have that year? Do you?
There was a few more, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's pretty normal up there.
well, good.
Okay, next, consideration approval of student compensation summer employment.
Okay, so if you read in the superintendent notes that I sent you, there's a little bit of there's one misprint. The one staff isn't included. So each summer we employ some students for different areas. This year we have 2 custodial position students, 2 kitchen staff, and that's it. That IT staff is more of it. That's an internship that we're doing. So we've been each year since I've been here, it's been minimum wage, and I'd propose that we move it up to which $7.25 is a minimum wage. I propose that it's increased to $8.25. They're want to be careful too because the student help that we offer is all of those positions. They do not take away from any of our staff positions. So regardless of if we fill those or not, our staff positions remain the same. So we do like to get some kids in the building to help out and offer that opportunity. And each year we've had some. So we have 2 custodian positions, and then the kitchen staff. We have 1 full-time kitchen staff, and then we also have a student with special needs that will be doing like an hour or 2 for the summer. So.
Sounds good to me.
That'd be 16 and above?
We don't have any really requirements on it, but we typically do draw juniors or seniors. I think since I've been here, those are the only kids that have applied. And then if they work for if they come back the following year, then they automatically receive a quarter increase.
Okay.
So how many kids are applying for these 3 positions?
We didn't have too many. With these, we had. I think we were able to hire every student that we.
100%.
Yeah. Had applied.
Do we need to officially?
Yeah, we
approve
need a
that?
motion.
Yeah, if you would.
Move to approve the student compensation.
Second?
It has been properly moved and seconded to approve the student compensation increase by $1.
Yep.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Okay, the review of the Neola policies.
Okay, so just threw that on there if you guys had any notes or things for me to look at, or if you wanted to email them to me, that's fine too. But, okay.
Go ahead.
I have them, I'll just give them to you.
Okay. So just moving forward, our hope is, the kind of May and June, obviously like every year, is always a little crazy for us. But as an admin team, we hope to be going through all of the policies by the end of June. So then we're set on our end, and then we'll just kind of wait for you guys to keep working your way through them. And if there's questions or things you want looked at, we can do that.
So what are all them like deleted ones on there? That you're redoing it to something else, or am I looking at something goofy?
They're just deleted.
Okay.
We don't need them.
I see.
And any of those.
Reading, I'm like, and I looked to my left, I'm like,
Yeah.
I just read like 25 pages that I didn't need to, I think.
And if there are individual policies that have been deleted that you guys want to revisit, and we can bring back to the board to look at, that we.
But that's what they suggested, or what?
Yeah, I mean, when I went through it with him, I asked a couple different questions. I'd ask, we'd read the policy. I said, 1, do we legally have to have it? And then he'd answer yes or no. And if it was a no, then I said, what, and if it was a policy that I was like, I'm not 100% sure if we should do it, I would ask, is this a policy that most districts have or don't have? And then he'd kind of walk me through, and he was very good at walking me through, this is 50-50, but if I were in your seat, this is what I would do. And so I took a lot of my direction I took from working with that Stu Waller.
So we're gonna go through all of them and then approve them all at the end then?
Yep, then they'll be board approved. Hopefully in the fall we'll get through all of them.
Okay.
Can't remember, last time I think I had a couple I asked why delete on. I don't think I had any on this one, but some of them, I didn't think looked bad. Maybe we don't have issues now, but maybe it would stop and make it clear if we had issues later.
Sure.
I can't remember any per se, but I can remember that was one of my things. This sounded good. Genetic testing, I'm like, why do we have this policy?
Yeah.
That one genetic one on both the support and teachers, I'm like, really?
Because it's illegal. That's why. It's
Right.
a legal thing.
Yeah.
But we don't
Yeah.
even do that whatsoever. We don't.
Yeah.
Why would we begin testing?
Science class, something? I don't know. Make a clone, fun like that. Okay, next, consideration approval of a gator purchase.
Okay, so this I put on there. We've had every year, You guys have been good to me as far as, I'm working. This has been closing out the budget this month, and we have a little bit left. Couple right to the end of June. The last day of June is when the fiscal year is officially over. So what I've done, and this year is no different. The only thing that I have on there that I would like to be board approved as far as the possibility. We're not for sure going to buy the Gator, but kind of allows me then to, if we have the money at the 11th hour, I can say yes. Let's go ahead and move with it. So, Tom Osmond, you guys approved the purchase of the Gator. I can't remember if that was the end of last year or if it was this year. I think it was this year. Or maybe it was last year. But anyway, it's been awesome. It's been a huge, in multiple areas. Coaches, our custodial staff. I mean, it's used all. Just the other day, they were moving the track pit and the track pads. In the past, they'd have to literally have 10 to 15 kids out there dragging it all the way. And we just hook up the trailer. We go out there and...
Doesn't destroy the grass, I suppose.
What's that?
Doesn't destroy the grass compared to a pickup or something.
So we talked...
drive it on the football field, and it's
great.
They use it for the track. They had all the hurdles in there, and
yep.
I mean,
so we talked about the possibility of using a Gator, getting one with a cab and using it for snow removal on some of the smaller like front areas with the sidewalks, and I think it might be nice, and it'd be nice to have a second one too.
How do they do that now?
They hook up the tractor with they have two different things. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's
but they also
bring
use
the tractor
it for
right up
snow
there.
removal and stuff.
Yeah, and then some areas they actually drive the truck straight up there, put the plow down and drag it. Which beats on your sidewalks, and like we'll have to. We're replacing some of the I think 6 or 8 squares out front here, and then they're gonna inlay like warriors in the thing. But if you,
I was looking at that on my way next.
Yeah, if you look at it, you can see the corners are all pretty beat up, and it's time. So, not that this would completely remove all that, but I think the trucks do just naturally beat on your sidewalks when you're driving up there, but they don't have any other options other than the tractors. So anyway, this is not a for sure, but this would be a last minute purchase if we have the money to do it, or even half the money to do it. We would purchase it and then pay half of it this fiscal year and the other half next fiscal year. So
we've done that for buses.
Yep. Yeah. So it gives me the flexibility to make that decision. Right. Within the last week of June. So this would be a request for approval of the purchase of a Gator.
I move to approve.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to have the approval to buy a Gator if so need be. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, knock yourself out on that one, Josh. Next. Superintendent notes.
Okay. So obviously school's over. The last day of school. The kids' day last week, Friday. A lot of stuff in the last couple weeks since our last board meeting. Just kind of an overview of the sports teams. We had golf. We had Will Fitzer with an all-conference. Baseball, we had Bailey Blanchard with an all-conference, first team all-conference. And then Alex St. John and Jackson Fuller were honorable mention all-conference. We had softball. We had Rain Vagnus and Madison Zimmer were both first team all-conference. Juliana Rosine was second team all-conference, and then Megan Zimmer was honorable mention all-conference. We also had the track team had a great year. This year I was able to attend. We had a couple, 2 relays and 2 individuals qualify for state track down in La Crosse, which was fun to go down there and watch. Mr. Peterson's daughter was one on the one of the relays. Kids did a great job. It really, I know I say this a lot, but we really do have overall a really good group of kids. Like they just represent, compete really well, but they represent our district and our
Won regionals too.
Won regionals, yeah, and represent us very well down there. We had a couple take away some medals. We had the boys 3,200 meter relay took third. I thought for sure they were going to take second. They were right there. They ran a heck of a race, and even that race, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Peaches, you might know this better, but I think they took 9 seconds off their personal best. I think
one.
just that one. And from the beginning of the year till then, they dropped like 40 or 50
like
seconds.
off the record.
Which I'm not sure how that's even possible with that race, but but really ran a good race, and it was hot. It was really hot down there too. And then Colton Stahl took a 4th in the 300 hurdles, and then we also had a 400. The girls had a 400 meter relay, and then Jazzy Christensen was also did the discus. So we had the third place, the boys relay, and then the Colton took a 4th in the hurdles. So overall, we took two medals home. It looked like they had a lot of fun down there too. They went and ran up the bluff and took a lot of pictures. So a good group of kids and a good season. So congratulations to all those kids and the coaches as well. And it was fun to be in lacrosse. That's where I did my undergrad, so it was fun to be back. Then we had the week of the 3rd. We had the high school. The building was actually was kind of quiet because of finals, so their schedules changed, and all the kids were kind of in and out taking finals. And the elementary was on the opposite end of the spectrum, where it was everyone was. There was a lot of energy over there, I should say. How about that? We had a lot of activities. Mr. Peterson took a pie to the face, so there was a good sport with the box top. I think it was box top, right? So Oliver Wood got to. He looked a little too excited to be putting a pie in Mr. Peterson's face, but it was fun. The kids seemed to really enjoy it. We had the elementary school picnic, which I know a lot of you guys were over there. And then we had the 6th grade graduation, which my daughter and Miss Grote's daughter were both a part of, which was fun to see from a parent perspective as well. And then the 4th through 6th grade awards ceremony and the kindergarten track and field, which was very cute to watch that as well. Then some stuff coming up. We don't have a whole lot coming up. This is just the summer school kicked off. We'll kick off tomorrow with the in-service today, so a huge thank you to Mr. Peterson and Mrs. Weiss for putting that together. And then a thank you to all the individuals that have chosen to teach and be support staff during that time. We really run a really neat summer school here in Clear Lake, a lot of fun activities for the kids, so it's nice to see that we were able to staff it for all the grades this year. And then some of the classes come over to the high school too. We have a couple high school classes, but then we have a couple elementary classes that are housed over here, so they get bused over here. So they start tomorrow. Today was in service. That goes through till the end of June. And then we are continuing our continuing our standards work. We're going to a PLC conference, which is kind of the next phase of the standards work, or it's tied to it a little bit. But the PLC conference is in the cities, so myself, Mr. Peterson, and Mr. Gillis, we're taking 11 teachers to that in the cities. So we'll be out of the district the 17th through the 19th, and looking forward to that. We've heard a lot of good things about that conference. That's it.
All right, very good. Any future agenda items?
So we'll have I'll have the preliminary budget. Typically, we do that in the second meeting of June, but we're going to do it in July this year. And then our annual meeting is obviously in August. So I'll have the preliminary budget for you guys during the July meeting.
Does the compensation plan you're working on kind of play into that?
No, because that'll be kind of, we'll be working on that in the fall, so that'll be for the following budgeting year.
That's staff hire. I imagine you'll have that on there.
What's up?
Hopefully an additional one.
Hopefully you'll hear more.
Yeah, hopefully. What did you say?
Hopefully an additional one too.
Yeah.
Some more too,
Yeah.
Other grades. How about 5,000 and 6,000 for board policies?
We'll review the Neola policies again, and the 5 and 6 hopefully.
5 and 6. So you didn't have a hard time finding teachers for summer school this year, huh? You had enough?
We did have enough. Yep, we've got a lot of people who aren't our regular teachers working. So we got some new people. We got a few retired teachers from neighboring districts that have been subbing in our building. And some of our teachers and some of our substitute teachers are doing summer school too. So
My daughter was sobbing Friday night. She's like, I'm never gonna see Mrs. Kelly again. She's just uncontrollably crying. My wife's like, you have her in summer school on Tuesday. Poor little
yep,
thing.
you can see her there.
It's like someone died.
We had that trouble. Yeah.
So, okay. Anything else?
To go back to the minutes, just so it's official, the 5:13 minutes, it was adjourned by Christie Kobernick and I was the second.
Oh,
Did you find that out?
That's my note from the last meeting.
And you seconded it?
Christie was first, I was second. Yep.
oh,
Wonder if her notes she wrote down.
She wrote Chris.
CHRS
Yeah.
period or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Fran just
And
typed
my
mine
way
in
could have
or
been
something.
here too.
got it.
Okay.
Okay.
I move to
Chris,
adjourn.
you want to adjourn this time?
Mine is- Nettie will second.
It has been properly moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? We are adjourned.